Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Odette and we are attempting to finish the bedroom makeover. You can see behind me here. You wouldn't think there is so many shades of green. That is just some of them. I have a few more in here. I think these ones have been discarded completely. So I'm keeping these samples in there throughout the day with the daylight and the artificial light, see what is the one we prefer. This will be for the MDF doors that Mr. B is going to make, and we are planning to paint in a very dark Victorian bottle green. I don't know, everyone calls it a different name, but it's a very dark green. So let me turn the camera around to show you what is the plan. So the wardrobes are now in place as they need to go. I have added that rail there, and in here, this space, I end up doing it myself because Mr. B was busy with other things, so I put a shelf and another rail, and that will give me a very high rail for jumpsuits, dresses and things like that. So it's about 25 centimeters wide, so I can still fit quite a bit in there. And I'll probably putting some of my handbags that I use more often up there. Another thing we done already is ta-da! And this is the choice of wallpaper. So again, I have added the sample up on the wall since yesterday. We like to do that just to make sure that we are happy before we make the decision and purchase the rolls. But that is the plan. It's only going to go on this wall, so just above the door and all the way there to the wardrobes. Okay, so another job we have done already is bonding all this chasing I did. So Mr. B is planning to just smooth it today, and that's all. We won't do anything to this wall because it's going to be wallpapered. Skirting board to go, floor to go. That is the door for the ensuite. I already done a coat, a blind coat on the ceiling, and I'm about to give hopefully final coat. So that's the job for today. Well, so still a fair amount of work to go, so let's get on with it. Finally, the day has come. We're going to build the doors for the wardrobe that has been like that for a couple of months now. We have been extremely busy with work, so that takes priority because we need to earn the dosh. So we are about to measure and work out how much MDF we need, and we're going to create a paneling effect on it. So let's get on with it. So we are in the garage, and Mr. B, hello Mr. B.
Hi.
Mr. B is working out the positioning I think Mia wants to come in as well.
The runners.
We are working out the runners. What's the matter?
Come on, Mia. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. You want to watch Daddy, yeah? You sit there and watch me then. Good girl. Hey, sit down then.
Curly.
You want to watch?
Daddy's girl she is. Right, so back to the job in hand. So Mr. B is working out the distance of the runners, the positioning of the runners for the doors, the wardrobe doors. So we're going to have slabs of MDF
18 mil.
18 mil thick, and obviously Mr. B needs to work out between the little wheels and the thickness of the MDF.
And then the paneling effect on the front.
Yeah.
So that's another 10 mil.
And all that needs to fit, can you see that? Into that. So the positioning of
We need minimum 45 mil between each door.
You heard the expert. Mr. B is in the process of fitting the bottom track, as you can see there. And as if you look, Mr. B have chosen to fit it on a piece of MDF. And the two reasons for this. One is because the floor is not 100% level, and that way Mr. B can pack it out to make it level. What is important, that you have level doors. Second, he allows for the doors, the bottom of the door to come down here, and that way make sure that the door doesn't touch the floor. So it serves two purposes. So this is the tracking system. You do more doors if you have a very big length of wardrobes and you need more doors, obviously that will work out different. In our case, it's two tracks. So as you can see in there, so Mr. B have chosen that he's going to shape the door rather than cut the skirting board. Okay, and up there, because we have a lovely coving, and that's why I have all the wardrobe covered, because it's going to get messy, because we're going to cut into the coving, and you'll see that in a minute, to run the door flush, and the same thing is happening over there. So, as you can see in the video, there wasn't any major work to do really. I don't know why it took so long, but it did, because like life takes over, and for some reason the simplest renovation took us the longest to complete for many different reasons. So I think the highlight of this room for me has to be that beautiful doors that Mr. B have made for us. I'm putting together a video on how to do them, so if you would like to ever go, look into my videos, because I will be putting up a video soon on how to do it. They're extremely popular at the moment. The principle is the same for a wall. If you want to do a paneled effect wall, one of our nieces just done that, and I mean, by their own admission, they're not DIYers at all, and they done a beautiful job. So if you want to create a fixture wall instead of wallpaper, going for paneled effect is quite straightforward to do. Because I'm greedy, I have both. I have my beloved paneled wall effect, and I have this beautiful wallpaper. So in this room, I try to use every interior designer trick in the book, because this is a very small room and you cannot make rooms bigger, but you can make them look bigger. So I'm going to turn the camera around while I talk to you to show you tricks that I have used to try to create the illusion of more space. So like I said, this is not the biggest room, so I use tricks like this. These are IKEA cabinets, boxes, storage boxes, whatever you want to call it. I will leave the link below. They are very good, very plain, but that's what we needed in here, because we had very small space. So because they are attached to the wall, he gives the illusion of more space. Because the units are quite small, I went for a wall lights rather than having a standing ones on the unit, because the units themselves, they are quite small. We love the wallpaper. It's quite a bold choice, but we are quite happy with it. And the wardrobe doors, I chose this green because I think it calms down the wallpaper somewhat, and I carried the color into the towels on the ensuite, so the whole look is more cohesive. We have an enormous bed, as you can see, so that doesn't help. So done the same there. Obviously the wardrobes turned out great, and as I mentioned before, we recycled the unit that was already here, but now we gain all that space on the top right across, so it gives us more storage. If you remember, the old unit used to have a corner into here. Now it's just a straight wall that once it's closed, you think it's just a panel wall, but it is actually the wardrobe. Full-length mirror, obviously, because we need to. We fitted a new floor, luxury vinyl floor like we have in the kitchen, in the dining, living area, because we like it, because it's practical. It's not the warmest on your feet really, but it's very easy to clean, and I like that. The radiator, we changed the radiator for a smaller radiator. Mr. B doesn't like the room too warm, so we didn't need that monster of a radiator that was here before. And by doing so, again, it gives you the illusion of much more space. This unit, we have had it for many years, and this is from IKEA as well. And obviously the biggest change is the fact that we have broken through and we have created now an ensuite And if I come this way for you to have a better idea. So he opened up the room just by obviously adding another room to it. The rest was just basic, really, removing the wallpaper on the ceiling and on the wall. I believe I have now removed every single inch of old wallpaper and walls and ceilings in this house, because it was everywhere, embossed paper. And this is the end result, and we are quite pleased with it. So this is pretty much the bedroom. There's not much you can do in a bedroom really, so we've done everything we could to make it look more modern, more up-to-date, more comfortable for us, that suits our lifestyle. I would like to thank to all the new subscribers that have come through in the last month or so since my last video. If there's anything you would like to ask, that paint color came from Dunlum Mill. And for you guys in America and Canada that I know you watch my videos, that is probably, in my opinion, one of the best stores all across the UK, and self furnishings, kitchen, small pieces of furniture, all that kind of things is my to-go place. They have now started to do paint. That paint is absolutely gorgeous. It's probably the best paint I ever used, and we are talking a lot of different paints, including Furrow and Bow. Okay, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not being paid to do this or to say this to you. This is my personal, honest opinion. I have done a lot of decoration. I do all the decoration in our house, in our job as well, in our business. We have used all different types of brands. This shocked me, and I even knew they do paint. I came across it by Googling and asking for dark green paint, and I came across this beauty, and I'm so pleased with it. It's absolutely fantastic. So ever go and have a look, because it's not just green, they sell all different colors, and the paint is absolutely gorgeous. I just want to paint everything with that paint because it's just a pleasure. Even if you don't like to paint, I guarantee you, you're going to love to paint with this paint because it's gorgeous. It's just beautiful to use. So, like I said, the units, some of them we already had, others I have had, like the bedside tables from IKEA, my light fittings, eBay. I always buy on eBay. I think they cost about 20 or 22 pounds each, but they are gorgeous, beautiful, and they are worth every penny. We already had the bed, obviously, and all the other things, obviously, we already had, or I purchased to change slightly, but not a lot of money involved, really. It was just work and time that we used. I came up with an idea to try to say thank you to all of you that follow me and to engage and get a stocking. I think this will be a good idea to give shout outs on my videos. It's just a way for me to say thank you to all of you that follow me. So if you want to leave a comment below, and if you're happy for me to give a shout out and mention your name, if you have a YouTube channel, just let me know, and I will give a shout out for your YouTube channel as well. Just a way of interact with each other and help out each other. I think will be quite nice. This will probably be, definitely will be, my last video before Christmas. COVID-19 is pretty much out there still, So please be careful and stay safe. I want to take the opportunity to thank all of you for following me this year, and have a very Merry Christmas with all your family. And I'll see you next year, 2022. Time is running out. Bye-bye.